County Communications. This is Cece.
Hi, Cece. My name's Nickole, and I'm calling because I'm concerned about a friend of mine. I dropped her off at her house at 2 in the morning last night because we were out of town together, and we were on the way back from the airport, and she was having issues, and she's pregnant, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her this morning, and I've gone to her house, and her car's there, and stuff like that, but she won't answer the door, she won't answer phone calls, she won't answer text messages, and I'm just really, really concerned, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning, and she didn't go to it, and I don't know what to do. I've called him and talked to him, and he said that she went on a play date with her other two daughters, but, like, if she went on a play date, they're both in car seats. Why would she not take her car?
Perfectly understandable. Do you happen to know her address, Nickole?
I'm asking to stand outside her house. It's 2825 Saratoga Trail in Frederick. And then I said, like, Chris, can you just come home and check to make sure she's okay? Because the shoes she wears every single day are right inside her door.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I'll be there in 30 minutes. Well, that was 45 minutes ago. And I called him and asked him again, can you please come home? And he's like, I'm 45 minutes out.
Okay. Nickole, I'll go ahead and put a call in. I just need you, if you could please repeat her address to make sure I have it entered correctly.
2825 Saratoga. It's SARTOGATR.
Okay. Thank
I think stands for trail.
Thank you. And can I get a phone number that you're calling me from? Area code first.
970.
Thank you. Okay, Nickole, tell me exactly what happened.
So we were out of town for work, and we flew in last night. Our flight got delayed, and I dropped her off at her house at 2 in the morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant, and she wasn't feeling well over the weekend, and she was very, like, distraught and out of the sorts because her and her husband are having issues. So I was concerned because she wasn't, like, eating or drinking and stuff like that. So then this morning I was like, let me know if you need me to take you to your doctor's appointment because you're not feeling well. And I have called and texted. I've come to her house. She's not answering the door. She's not responding to text messages, phone calls. I've had other friends reach out to her. None of us can get her to respond to us. They have two little girls that are 3 and 4. I mean, there's no movement in the house whatsoever. And he states that she didn't take them to daycare and was going to go on a play date, but they're both in car seats and her car is here.
What's her name?
It's in the garage. And I'm like, well, huh?
What's her name?
Shanann Watts. It's SHANANN Watts, WATTS.
Okay. Do you know her date of birth or how old she might be?
Oh, if you would have asked me that, I would know it.
That's okay. If you just know her approximate age, that you take that into.
He's going to have late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. Bear with me here one moment. When was the last time that you heard from her?
When I dropped her off at her house, I watched her, made sure she got in the house. That was at 2 a.m. It was actually 1:55. I literally lived like 5-10 minutes from her.
Okay. And her vehicle is it parked in the garage?
Yes. It's a white Lexus.
Okay.
And I probably, because I was concerned, I know I don't want to get a doctor's office in trouble, but I went to the doctor's office because I've been used them as doctors, and I said, I know you can't give me things because of HIPAA, but can you just tell me if she showed up at her appointment this morning? And the lady was like, no, she did not.
Okay. Is that's unusual behavior for her to not show up to her doctor's appointment?
No.
Okay.
No. His pregnancy, like, she was so excited and then got blindsided from her husband that he wanted to separate a week ago.
And her husband's name is Chris?
Yes, his name is Chris Watts.
And he told you that she went on a play date today with
the girls.
Okay.
Yeah, with their 4-year-old and she told me last night when we were driving home, she's like, the morning's going to suck because I have to take the girls to daycare tomorrow. And I made the statement, well, you could keep them home with you. And she was like, no, that'd be more exhausting. She's like, I have to get up and take them because I have a doctor's appointment at 9.
Bear with me here one moment. I'm just typing this information in the call here.
And I'm not trying to cause problems more between them. I just want to know she's okay.
Okay. What's her phone number?
No, give me 1 second and I'll look it up for you. It is 910-850-3286.
Okay. And Chris told you that he was on his way.
Yes, I just talked to him. Well, I talked to him earlier. One of our other friends did via text because I was going to the doctor's office, and she said he would be here in about 30 minutes, and that was at 1:08. And then I called him and said, Chris, I'm at your house. I'm not trying to cause drama or anything. I just need to know your wife, okay? I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm on I-70. I'm about a half hour to 45 minutes out. And I just said, okay, and then I hung up and called you guys because I'm just worried.
Okay, Nickole, what kind of vehicle are you in right now?
I'm in a white Dodge Dart.
Okay. Alrighty, we do have a call in, Nickole. We'll have an officer come out that way as soon as we can. I would just advise you, to not try to make entry into the house or anything like that until the officers can get there. In the meantime, if you do hear from her, just give us a call back and let us know, okay?
91.
Okay.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
For
Bye-bye.
2825 Saratoga Trail of a party who's checking on a friend who's pregnant who's not answering the door.
How you guys doing? What's that?
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
How you been?
Hi.
You, Nickole?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend.
Right.
And I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well. And she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9. And I told her to let me know if she needed me to take her. She's got 2 little girls. And she was very distraught over the weekend, wasn't eating normally or drinking. And we kept trying to force it on her because she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know this. She thought they were just having issues. He disclosed that to me today.
Okay.
Because I called him and I was like, have you talked or heard from Shanann since she left for work this morning? Because I can't get a hold of her. I've called, I've texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are by the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
No, they only have the one vehicle in his work truck.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. There's
She
not
took
a...
the girls and went on a play date, but they're 4 and 2. She went on a play date. Why wouldn't she take in a car? They're both in car seats. She had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9, and she didn't go to the doctor's appointment.
Okay. No answer on the phone. Husband's on his way.
Supposedly, but he said that 30 minutes ago when I called him again, he said there's 45 minutes out still. And I know the code to the door.
You do?
I do, but there's a thing on it. There's a, no, even Chris knows we can do it. They have the thing flipped up here.
Oh. What about the garage door?
I don't
Is
know.
there... do you mind calling him and seeing if we can get a passcode to this and get me permission to go in?
Okay.
I'm just gonna check the back, see if I can see anything. Right. I just want to look in all the windows, make sure I don't see anything out of. Do they? Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, so they're gonna have strap on that one and strap on the one over there too. At least they should have one. You can't enter the house unless you see signs of.
Yep. I've got to have more unless I get consent from him to go in.
And if you don't, you can't enter.
Because it could be grandparents came and picked him up. You know, it could be a lot of things. She left her phone. Her phone's dead.
And it doesn't change anything even if they are pregnant.
No, I mean,
It's different rules, but they're all about the
yeah,
same. If you're disabled,
you got your Fourth Amendment rights to the house.
Yep.
I can't violate that.
Yep. Told them.
That's why.
She's like, they'll break down the door. I'm like, no, they won't.
No, not. I mean, if I saw her laying on the ground, something like that,
You saw signs of a fight or anything.
kids were. I could get a hold of the kids. No, mom's not answering.
Can't do much.
I got nothing right now though. How you doing? You seen your neighbors today? No? Okay. Oh, we're just trying to get a hold of her. Sounded like she wasn't feeling too good and pregnant, and they're just concerned.
No, I know he works in the oil field, so he's on certain days and off for
You didn't see her today though, any outside or anything?
her at all.
Okay.
That's not it.
Right.
No, but to be honest with you, that's out of the ordinary. Usually when it's that out, he usually doesn't put out something else.
Shit. How am I going to get in?
Yeah, I think she's diabetic, to be honest with you.
Oh, is she?
Something with her blood sugar, I thought. He said the same thing.
Yeah. My mom knows.
Is that
Yeah.
Is there a key code, Sandy, to open the garage from the outside? What is it? Because Mom's going to get it.
Okay.
This is her parents.
Mike, what's the key code of the garage? Danny's house. The cops are there.
Well, I can't go in, but if they allow you to go in, I have to have the property owner's permission to enter.
Something's going on.
Okay. Well, he's the property owner.
Well, Chris told me Shannon was at her girlfriend's house.
Do we know who that is?
Do we know who?
Or phone number?
He didn't say.
When did he tell you that?
He needs Chris is acting funny. I don't get it. What did he say?
He told me that Shanann didn't take the girls to school this morning because she was going to go on a play date, but her car's here. And then he told Abby that Shanann left the middle of the night.
What's Chris's phone number?
They have the top lock, the one that they have on there so Cece can't escape. Chris's phone number is 910-309-1702.
Okay. It was Chris, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Chris, Officer Coonrod for the police department. Pretty good. So, do you have any idea where your wife is? Okay. Right. Well, my concern is her car's here. They're saying she is diabetic. I don't want her. She's upstairs and can't respond. Okay. About how far out are you? Okay. All right. Thanks. Dispatch for 91. He states medical. This female is diabetic. Unknown if she is home though. Husband is on his way.
You say how long you think he
He said like 5 minutes. So he's about here.
He's told us 45 minutes 2 times in a row. He told one of my mom's friends that he was on I-45, the interstate pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And we waited the time we were told. The mom called him again. He said he was still on it and to wait another 45 minutes. So he's just been giving us false times and everything. And we know he's been lying because his stories aren't adding up.
Right.
Tell everybody different stories.
And do we have like her parents' phone numbers or anything we can call them to make sure?
She's not close to him.
Oh, she's not?
Not that. No,
Okay.
she still talks to him and everything, but we don't know any of the codes to the house or anything.
Well, I was just thinking maybe they were watching the kids or she was visiting them or
In the state,
they don't. Okay.
there's not people that people in Wisconsin or something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything out of place. I'm not hearing kids. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, and all of her stuff is here, and I set off the alarm by trying to open the garage. forcefully, and that didn't work. So, and their alarm's one of the ones where it goes off and it feels like it's making your ears bleed.
Mm-hmm.
So if she was in there,
She should have heard it.
yeah, she would have while she was sleeping, because they have little things on the wall on every room to go off.
What's Shannon's number?
It's 910.
And I set up the alarm. Assuming you probably don't have all the alarm stuff. It's pretty loud.
Sorry.
That's kind of weird. And the lights upstairs.
850-3286.
You don't even know if there's no lights on.
I just tell her today, she needs to find out everything that is started banging on the door.
I don't hear the phone ring or anything.
Yeah, man. The neighbor has a camera system,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, because we have one story, she's with a friend right now, and then there's another story, she's on a play date with her kids with another friend, and then she left in the middle of the night. So he's told us 3 different stories. So the neighbor over there said he has a camera that sees out into the street. So sorry. We asked him if he could see if he was able to see if she ever left the house.
Alright, that'll
He
work.
got in someone else's car.
Shannon, are you home? Police department, if anyone's inside, make yourself known. Police department, if anyone's inside, make yourself known. Yeah, you'd think they were here, the kids or someone would respond though. You'd hear some kind of noise.
When did you talk to her last, Sandy?
How are you doing?
I don't think Chris is going. No. That's it right there.
I'm here. Hang on.
Yeah, get me on the phone.
Okay, get Matt on the phone.
Scott, how you doing?
How's it going?
So this is the only vehicle she would have?
Only one that, yeah.
She would drive? Okay.
That's me.
Is that you at
Yeah.
148?
The neighbors went and checked his camera and they said that a white car drove away at 1. It was me though. That was me. I dropped her off.
That was the last action on my camera.
Good. That's throughout the whole day, or?
Besides Chris leaving.
Well, yeah.
What about the, is there any way you can look for the day? During the daytime?
What? Frantic. The girls' car seats are in the car too. So if she left with the friend, she would have took the car seats.
I can go look if he doesn't find it.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Huh? Chris is in the house. We're standing outside of the police office. Can we go in the house?
We can.
I mean, that's up to him. It's his house. If you guys,
Nikki, I'll give you permission to walk in my daughter's house.
mind if I come in, Chris? Okay.
Get Matt in the car.
You checked upstairs? She's not there? I just want to make sure she's not passed out somewhere. Is she diabetic? You mind if I look around?
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Oh, you're fine. Oh, you're fine. Go for it. I'm checking the house for consent. Oh. Well, any friends you know she would be hanging out with?
I mean,
I know. I guess her
Amanda,
parents are out of state.
across country, North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not happening. She can play that. All the girls blanky are gone.
Their blankets they sleep with, they don't leave anywhere without them.
Okay. Nothing else appears to be missing though, just
No.
stuff you'd take for a quick trip.
You can, you have full string, Her phone.
Her phone's here?
Yeah.
Her phone's here.
Does she work?
Yeah, she works from home.
Oh, from home?
She works, this is her lifeline. So yeah, that thing turns back on, it's gonna start blowing up. Oh yeah. Trust me.
It was shut down?
She's in the flight.
Yeah.
Well, it was originally under the pillow on the couch. You know her passcode?
I don't know her passcode.
It used to be 2385, but now it's 6 digits.
It's the baby's due date.
1/31/8/19. About to blow up.
What does she do for work?
She works a direct sales company called Drive.
How often does her blood sugar drop low?
Actually, her friend in Arizona said that that's the first time that's ever happened.
She normally has migraines, like a while ago, but she had them a lot this weekend.
Okay.
So Cassie's a nurse, so she figured it was because her blood pressure sugar was dropping.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't eating her normal that she normally eats. Like she'd take a couple bites and said she was full.
Okay.
And she takes.
She doesn't ever black out or have
No,
seizures or anything like
No,
that?
I mean, a long time ago. She got in a car wreck, and they believe that's what happened. But Imitrex is something she takes for migraine. She took more Imitrex this last month than she ever had before, but that's just because she was in North Carolina with the humidity and everything like that. She was there for 6 weeks, and we got back Monday or Tuesday, and then she flew out to Arizona Friday morning, and then she got back last night about 2 a.m. Flight got delayed. She left about 11. She got here at 2.
Okay.
And I went to work this morning about 5:15, 5:30.
What do you do?
I work at oil and gas in Darko.
What do you do for them?
Operator.
Oh. Long days then?
Yeah, I definitely still be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a long day, especially in that heat. There's no like off text messages unless
Can you look at your camera to see from your security system to see when she left?
it's unless they left out the front door.
Because you told me that she went on a play date with the girls, and then
That's what she told me.
Addie said you told her that
She went with some friends she went to go to a friend's house with the kids. That's why I knew they weren't at school.
Addie said you told her that she left in the middle of the night.
Oh no, she didn't leave in the middle of the night, no.
Yeah.
31, 19.
Where do you get to go to school at?
Primrose and Vista Ridge.
Danny left the box.
Okay. Hey. Yeah. No. Yeah, she said she was at a friend's house. That's what she told me she was going to do.
Nicholas.
I have no clue at whatsoever why she wouldn't take herself home. No, it doesn't make any sense at all. If she didn't leave out the front door, I can't see it. Well, Yeah, I can look at that and see. But it's so random because it goes off and on here lately. It gets false trips because it told me it was open when I got here. I know it doesn't make any sense at all. I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know where she's at. Where the kids are at. Hello?
I don't see her first because she came in.
Yeah. Only people that are out of state that she would contact would be in Arizona, be Cassie and Josh, and they're not there.
The guy with the camera said nobody left the house during the day. The only people that showed up in the driveway and entered it were us.
I can look. What's that?
Your neighbor's camera.
Your neighbor, he has cameras. He said that the only people that left the house were you in the morning and then drove or shut and then was
Me.
us. That's all he has.
I dropped her off.
Okay. But who left and then did? Okay. I'll see if I can get on that USA app or Chase app. See if I can get on it. Please. I'll see. I will. Alright, thank you.
Hello?
Dispatch Rick 91. You can cancel medical if they're staged.
This is the last person she wants to run.
So, what time do you work?
Usually, once I get to work, it's like 6:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock.
You usually work nights or days?
Days.
What time do you leave the day?
What time I leave there?
No, here.
Usually between 5:30 and 6.
Alright. And was Shanann here then?
Yes. Yeah, she's still in bed.
Does she usually watch the kids, or do you have daycare watch them? Or?
She usually watches the kids if they're not at school.
Okay.
At the pool?
The little rec center thing right here?
There's a pool right down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here for like off and on for 3 hours and there's nothing yet.
Alright, I can run down there in a sec.
I don't see that.
You guys have any kind of issues, marital issues, or
We're going through separation.
you are? Did you guys file it yet or anything, or just talking about?
No, we're gonna sell the house and do a separation.
And how's that going?
It's going
Civil for the most
civil,
part, or?
yeah.
Does your wife go to that swimming pool often, or the,
It just depends. I mean, on a hot day like this, I would say no.
Madison! I know, she loves to play with. She's playing all the time when we come over.
says at 5:27 a.m. the overhead garage door 2 was left open and never shut. About that time. So either like when I pulled away and shut the door, it never shut. It was shut when you got here. So either the sensor was tripping out, which has happened before. I've had to replace it 2 weeks ago before I left. It says the basement door was left open at 5:26. Visitor detected at 1:48. That's when she got home. And then the visitor detected at 12:10. That was when you came.
Were you able to pull up the video at the 12:10? See, was it front door?
At 12:10, that was Nicky.
That was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was beeping at me out in the field. On the nightstand next to his brother. Picked up the coat here.
Does she do her work from a laptop, or is it just
phone?
Just from the phone?
What about your bank account?
I tried her logins are different than mine. I don't.
It's not a joint account.
It's a joint account, but like she controls all of it. Like she doesn't let me do the finances because I was pretty horrible back in the day, so she just kind of handles all that and she does it. And I have the apps on my phone, but I don't have her login to get into it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's.
Can you log into your account though?
I can. No, I don't have like we don't have a laptop, but she has the one downstairs still. But her login is different. Her login, I don't know her login. Like I know the password, but I don't know her login for user ID. It's always the same password, 4281915 capital SW. But it's just a matter of getting the login.
Usually the first would show activity if she.
Right, if she's getting gas or.
Yeah, somewhere.
What days does she typically do work?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, always.
What was the name of the company again?
Level, Level.
Where are they based out of?
Texas. But they don't have like they don't have like an office. It's just all over the lot.
Does she have someone that she reports to though?
She has her leaders, but they're both in northeast part of the country. Like that, she has Addie Maloney. She has Amanda Aikman. She has Sam Paisley.
Okay. What, do you have her phone number? Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say her last name was? There was no note or anything by the wedding ring?
No. I put it back where it was earlier on.
Was any of her clothes, anything like that missing? It didn't look like she went through and packed up
No, I mean,
a bag
she
or
has
anything.
This and all that on the bottom, so it'd be kind of hard to tell if she took a little bit, or I mean, it'd be easy to tell if she took a lot, but it's hard to tell if she took a little bit or not.
Okay. Did she tell you anything about leaving, moving out?
Not moving out. I mean, the last time I talked to her was this morning. She said she was going to take the kids to a friend's house, and that's where she was going to be. And then I've texted her today. I've never heard anything, but the car's here.
Right.
Are here, unless somebody came and picked her up. But the people that I know, nobody's heard from her. Nobody's seen her.
Right. Who do you guys bank with?
Chase in USA.
Definitely an odd one.
I don't know what I can do right now. Should I drive around like the normal route that she would be?
Where does she normally go to?
I mean, just like drive where like she would normally take the kids to school. People that I know that live down, people that live, Kristen lives down that way. I mean, that's the only routes I know she would take.
Does she go to their house frequently, or?
And not much, but. Hey. I'm still talking to the officer right now. Okay, bye. I will, definitely. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. That was her mom. I mean, you think it's smart just drive around, see if I mean...
Probably not, because, I mean, you don't know what car she's in, where she's at. I mean, obviously you're not going to see her car. It's here.
Well, I know Amanda's out of town because her brother died.
Yeah.
She's not flying back till a day. And the other one she was really close with that I know is Sarah.
What else do you think I could do?
Yeah.
Just wait for her here?
Up here.
Well, I've got my detective coming,
Okay.
just because this is kind of an odd situation. See if we can try to get her pinpointed down, find a friend or something.
Okay.
He may have you call the bank.
Okay. Hey, Sarah, it's Chris Watts. Not too bad. Have you heard from Shanann today? No, I have not. I was just, you're my last person to call. So I'm just, all right. I don't want to make you nervous or anything, but I'll keep you posted. No. Okay, thank you. Bye.
She lives around here.
She lives in Aurora.
Or
You okay?
Yeah. I don't want to show her. Yes. She's
Smelly.
she go potty? You need a diaper? Yeah? Alright. Good.
how long you been in the oil field?
Since 2015, Anarco 2015 January, Covenant year before that. After that, I worked on cars for 11 years.
You liking it?
I love the fact that I don't have to get carpal tunnel on my wrist. That's what I left it for. Left car business for.
Right.
Because it was just around my body. The oil field is less repetitive as far as the same stuff over and over, just doing that all the time.
Right.
A lot of lifting, but other than that, it's perfect for what I do. It gives me time with the kids. Like I used to be on an 8 days on, 6 days off. but now I'm on 5 and 2, so I'll go back to 8 and 6 next month. So I'll be getting a lot more time with the kids. That's what I'm excited about.
Right.
Get for a break.
Do you have any medical conditions other than lupus?
Fibromyalgia, rosacea. She thought she had RA, but she took a lot of medication in North Carolina. She stopped a bunch of it when she moved here. But she has some flare-ups here and there.
When did she move here?
When she moved here in 2012.
Okay. No, like recent, is she taking any kind of medication?
Imitrex for migraines and some Monte class for like allergies and stuff like that.
Okay.
And some stuff for nausea.
No, nothing's changed as far as medication-wise?
Not that I know of, not that she said.
Any kind of behavioral changes, anything like that recently?
Going through a separation, that's the only behavior changes I've seen, just more emotional.
The neighbor is sitting on top. I don't know why they say that.
Okay. Tell them I'll be there in just a minute.
Nothing on there.
What's that?
Nothing on there.
You just have to
My
back
camera.
from the truck up to the garage.
Lay down.
Loaded my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, my book bag, my computers, some of the tools that I had from the toolbox. I knew I was going to have to do some pumping into rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually
Yep.
recording?
Yep. Well,
It's not, is it
any
motion or is it,
event.
okay, so it's motion.
Any motion event that happens, but I get cars driving from this street, and this is him at 517.
I usually park out there on the side. I just want to get everything back in. Be easier, so lugging everything out there, all the tools that I had to bring in. What else can I do with this?
My detective just showed up, so he'll probably want to talk to you. He'd probably, like I said, he might have you call at the bank and see if there's any kind of activity.
Because if there is any sort of action out
I know
there,
his camera's
I would have got it.
like
Right.
we had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that. And I had parked my truck
I
over
had
here.
to park right here.
Yeah. So someone,
See if
I could
anything
see where someone tried to jimmy with a flathead screwdriver over there, and it was just like.
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would
Yeah,
have
if it
got
would
it.
have been like right in that area, they should have picked. I mean,
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
you know where that tree there is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But like, you'll see this car.
What security system do you have?
Next one, you just talk. You can see this car starting to drive down the street.
That one.
Oh, look.
See what I'm saying? It picks up all the way down there.
That's cool.
He's next door.
Can we go?
talking about dispatcher. It'll be code 4.
Because, yeah, we can pick up cars coming this way. I get anything coming this way and making this turn. So, and usually at night I pick up the cars going to your turn. So, unless they pulled right here,
Yeah.
but I would have caught her walking out. Diesel.
You're good.
But yeah, I thought nothing.
Nothing for the rest of the day.
No, that's it.
She's pregnant as well.
How far along?
14, 15 weeks. That's why her friend said it was low blood sugar.
And see, I've got her friend leaving out here at 2 in the morning, I think. So, my camera. Did you go check if anything was missing around your house?
There wasn't nothing. It was like all the old blankies and the and then her winter was in my thing. Her phone was still there.
She dropped her off at 1 in the morning, right?
She's done my doorbell said 1:48. She came in.
Okay. It's not on this one, it'll be on this one. This is her friend leaving at 1:48.
Because as soon as it picks up motion, it like back off. Okay. I thought she.
That was the start of the video.
Yep.
Stop at 1:48.
In the morning.
I didn't pick her up going into the house though.
It didn't. And I usually pick him up when he comes walking through here.
Mm-hmm.
I pick him up. So it doesn't show her walking into the house. Or she would have walked by where they saw it. That's
Okay.
the other dogs. They see all these people coming in and they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And you know it's still live because it's live
Mm-hmm. How long does it typically record for?
30 seconds, I believe, at a time. But this is at 1:48, and then the next one I have is him at 5 whatever. So nothing, no cars came through, because I guarantee, with the headlights, it picks up the headlights
Oh, yeah.
automatically.
And my Vivint said that at 5:27, my garage door was left open. But that could have been the sensor as well. It says it was shut during the day, but I think when Nikki's son, he may try to move the door around, maybe when they were trying to get in the door in the garage
Right.
door, And it probably broke the laser there. Because my alarm started going off.
Well, I know he said the front door he tried going in, but he had the lock up.
That's for
So
the
that
kids,
set
so
it
they have
off,
to get out.
right?
And our remote on the outside doesn't work anymore. It got wet and the whole radio on the ground.
So yeah, that was it.
But, all right, appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. Hopefully something comes up here.
Matter of fact, you just want to go talk to him, I'm going to get his info real quick. No.
He's never freaking, he's never rocking back and forth, and if you look, he never loads his stuff in and out of the garage ever.
Right.
And it doesn't look like he came from right here, it looks like he came from down the street. And then the other thing that doesn't make sense is why would he pull past this part? You can see him pull past.
Are you able to record this?
Uh-huh. I'd have to call Comcast so I can get him to do whatever. But watch, just see him get out. And he walks back and forth a couple times. To be completely honest with you, my wife and I were kind of wondering when she was on vacation if something happened, because I've heard them full out screaming at each other at the top of their lungs, and he gets crazy.
Does he? And that's pretty recently.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's why she went and visited people, is because she wanted to get away from the situation.
Do you have your ID handy?
I just don't understand that he keeps explaining himself over and over where he's getting exactly what he's doing exactly, because that's not him. He's usually really quiet.
You want me to look? That's the back of his truck.
Uh-huh.
That's that. He has right here. He has a flat thing on it.
Yeah.
He took the flat thing off and I was like, crap.
Well, that was always back there.
Well, yeah, but this is just weird because now I've got
What's your phone number?
303-905-7885. He'd be fine. It just seems kind of odd to me. Why would he pull the stuff up and go to the garage?
Right.
yeah, I've never seen him pull it back.
I've never seen him. If he loads his stuff, he normally just walks back and forth because I get him on camera.
What does he usually load up?
All he usually has is a lunchbox and a book bag, looks like a computer, and usually a water jug. That's it. But the fact that he was in here and explaining to us over and over and over,
Well, odd.
he doesn't look worried. He looks like he's trying to cover his tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if he's loading his stuff, why isn't he walking back and forth? But I can't see what he's doing in the back of the truck because he pulled into the garage. And he knows my camera's there.
Any other neighbors have cameras around here, you know?
I'm sure a bunch of them do, but not that I know of.
Okay.
You guys looking out, you know?
Hey, I'll look at it.
But yeah,
I'll do a search here in a minute.
all these boards kept coming up missing, so we moved in here, I put this in. And like you said, someone was breaking into it. He said that someone was breaking into his toolboxes of his truck. So I told him he could park his truck out there in case they saw something. Diesel, I know you want to go play with the baby so bad.
Her mom just texted me that we did a report. She had a GPS tracker truck that was
Okay.
Just FYI.
Don't you think it's, look at the,
I know. I'm
kinda
trying
odd.
not to.
No, I'm just saying it's kind of odd that he pulls his truck back behind my camera. The cutoff, the truck's in the garage right now. And he never backs his truck into the
That's
driveway
what her
ever.
friend Christina was saying.
Diesel.
She's like, he never backs his truck up. Her mom said it too. She's like, he carries his stuff out in the house. He
Yep.
doesn't back his truck up.
Well, I have him on camera doing that when he does it. Because when he was parking his truck over here, the other thing was odd is while she was gone, he kept parking his truck and her car over here. And I used to see him walk out of his house right here.
He took the car out of the garage?
Oh, the car was parked over there for a long time, like a couple days.
This was past weekend?
No.
It was when she was gone for the 6 weeks.
Oh,
But I thought it was kind of odd that he never parked in front of here or right here. He said someone broke into his truck and he parked over here. I have no idea. Hey, he's acting so suspicious. He's normally, you can ask them, he's normally quiet, real subdued. He's over here telling you 3 times what he took out, what he did, what he did, what he did. He's very, he never talks. So the fact that he's over here blabbing his mouth makes me kind of suspicious.
yeah, but, I mean, you put yourself in his situation.
Oh, I agree.
You know, anyone's going to be nervous. You don't know what to do.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying the way he told you 3 times what he brought with him, why is he telling you exactly what he brought with him instead of saying, oh, they didn't see anybody out here, he didn't see anybody doing anything? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he so worried about you knowing what he's carrying out? That's all I'm saying.
The detective's talking to him.
What's that?
The detective's talking to him.
He's talking to him right now? Okay.
This area, we had got it on camera with her coming in and out and stuff.
Possibly. I mean, it didn't pick her up going in from when you dropped her off.
But I did
There's,
wait. I know she made it in the house because I waited till she shut the front door.
right. But his video just showed you
Yeah, I know.
backing out, so there's a gap there that
Yeah.
didn't pick up.
Do these neighbors have cameras?
I'm gonna walk it here in a minute.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But it wouldn't surprise me if the people next door do.
Right. Yeah, I don't see any on that one or that one. Just
Yeah,
looking, but
he does either. He's got a big old German Shepherd that he says is his protection.
yeah. Works a little better than a camera.
If he was out here right now, you'd know.
Yeah.
Barney gets a little crazy when he sees people he doesn't know. He's knocked out the fence posts, or the pickets,
Yeah.
because he runs against the fence. He's knocked the pickets down. Oh, her mom warned me when we first moved in. Her mom was like, that dog's so mean.
Yeah.
Did she walk
I don't know.
the driveway, or did she walk through the driveway?
She walked through the right here because I told her. Do you want to talk to a police officer? This is her mother.
Hello. Hey, how are you? Right. 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 What is your name? Sandra? Can you spell your last name for me? What is your date of birth, Sandra? What's your phone number? Okay. So how would you describe their relationship recently? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sandy's calling you.
That's her mom. Is that who you're talking to?
I don't know, it keeps beeping.
That's probably just text message.
Oh. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 That's kind of the impression everyone's telling me. We're not finding her purse. Right. Yep. Yeah, I've already looked back there. Right. Not yet. We're just trying to figure out if she's missing at this point. And right. Mm-hmm. That started today. What school is that? Primrose? What town is that in? Okay. No, that was this morning at like 5:30. Okay. Okay. 3050? Okay. All right. Yeah. As soon as we figure something out, we will let you know. Right. Bye.
All right.
You got a minute?
Chris? Yeah. Are you okay if we just walk through for a minute and then look at her phone if it's still up there?
Yeah, okay. I guess.
Phone's in here?
Yes.
Or upstairs? This is hers?
Would be a lot.
Do you have any current pictures of her?
Trips.
They're pretty recent though.
What's that?
This trip's pretty recent.
That was last year.
Go for it.
This is Sakisha?
Yeah. No, it's downstairs.
Is that the one down there?
Yeah. Sorry.
That one's empty. I didn't see anything on those. Right here.
So, their daughter, Sophia, she's had a baby.
Katrina's?
She needs to be in the medical care. She's just everything.
No, I was thinking it was closer. It was the other ones had a kind of half made.
Closing the dryer. Like the washer. Touch up the space, small room, flat wire.
Dry.
Dry, okay.
I was locked when I got here. I don't know what's in here.
So the other one.
Hmm?
So the other side.
Nothing but harrowing. She got her Chase and USA card still in her wallet, as long as well as her ID.
What's this door right here go to? It's locked. Do you have a key for it?
Yeah, they wake up, they'll just go right here and just play in the bathtub. Yeah.
Well, that's bright.
So you normally, so you normally keep it locked? Yeah, because they would go in there, they'd be in the soap. Like last time we had Vaseline everywhere. Yeah. So that was not fun. So does she normally make the beds, the kids' beds? No. No. Okay. This all looks normal to you. Does it look like this maybe in a rush or? This is about normal. Like when the kids go get up first. Get up. Yeah, they'll just kind of like look around. Sure. Just go get her. Sure. Okay. All right. So we don't wake up till they wake up. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Do you mind if I keep this? You can try to go through it. You got to do. Maybe I can find some other names or whatever Facebook list of people you might not know about. I mean, to me, right off the cuff, it looks like she, for whatever reason, little bit of weird things in the area about applicable, especially on it. So I don't know. If it goes on too long, we can put out it. Thank you. Megan, I'm not going to.
991. Who's that meet for? Advised. Right. 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 Mhm. This is her purse?
That's her purse. It's her medication. She takes these, her medication's still in here.
We're gonna get a hold of them. We're working on all that. Understandable. Like I said, we're doing what we can to try to find her here. Mm-hmm. We do.
Is this her? Yes.
Yep. Either. I would know about that. Possibly. Yep. Yeah. The bed's not made, no. She got home with Nickole. He didn't say who.
Too late, right?
Yeah, he said he did. We're gonna try. All right. All right. Yep. We'll keep that in mind. All right. Thanks. Bye. Did you tell your mother-in-law that she went to a friend's today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What friend?
So she went to a friend's house, so that's all I knew.
Who was she supposed to go to?
That's all she told me. She said she's going to a friend's house to take the kids.
When did she tell you that?
This morning when we were talking to about 4 or 5 o'clock.
What were you guys saying about red on the stairwell? I didn't see what he's talking about. No. I mean, I looked pretty thoroughly everywhere, and I'm not. Yeah, man. Like a piece of wax or something. It's not blood. I don't see any signs of a struggle. Nothing's broken.
What I don't understand is, like, her phone is her life.
Right, and her purse and her wallet. I mean, the whole thing's.
And she doesn't lock that door unless she comes with the girl. Like the top lock, because that's pretty well over the front door. Well, it's not going to get in. And those shoes, like the one upstairs, I go shoes. She orders Pennington every year. She wears them during her winter. She hates to have socks on.
Those are the ones she normally wears.
She has one when she's home last night. That's her suitcase.
This is the suitcase she had yesterday.
The stuff she had last night?
Yep.
What's this? This is...
Oh, that's just some Antarctica stuff.
Is that your stuff?
Yeah, that's the stuff I was going to give to some people because they don't fit me anymore.
Oh, these are your jeans?
Yeah, it's like 38s. They're way too big now.
Okay, well, give us a call or anybody if you hear anything from her. Otherwise, I'm going to start putting together just in case we need to pull the trigger for a missing person. Yeah, I'm going to try to run some things down using her phone and then see if we can't find somebody. If nobody's heard anything at all, then we'll probably pull the trigger a little bit quicker and go that route. So, I mean, you can do that now. You know, there's no reason. I mean, as far as like walking through fields and stuff like that, I
No, I mean like hospital.
you can do that now. If you guys want to start that, there's no reason you can do that right now.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, but the other things I'm going to do is a little more detailed as far as digging into friends and addresses and things like that. But by all means, if you want to call hospitals and hotels even, see if she's checked in anywhere, whatever. But all right, I'll start with the friends list of maybe friends either one of you know about. So,
I called everybody that I didn't know that she would
that
call
she
and
would
talk
know.
to.
Okay.
She has one of those numbers.
Yeah. I've got some of these. So. Okay. Want to talk before we go?
What about bank account checking into that? Do we need account numbers or anything, or have him call?
Yeah, find any credit cards. That's why I was asking about the credit cards if there are any missing, but none of yours are missing either.
Cash? She usually carry cash with her, or no?
Cash I gave her yesterday
Still in there?
Okay.
Because I gave her for the hotel. She put it on the card and I gave her cash for it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I got your numbers, so I'll be in touch. Maybe one of us will be in touch. I will put things like this. So there's some things we have to do before we go just flat out with some person. So that's stuff to do.
Is it good or bad that you know my son? I just had to ask.
I know everyone.
He knows a lot.
Comes with the job.
Yeah. Good or bad?
No, he's not a bad thing. He's friendly.
Well, good or bad, I get to contact everyone eventually.
Okay.
So if it does go missing first, would we like set up like a I'm not sure like how that works.
No, actually it's really not that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really not like that. What it'll be is in the computer system, so when she pops up somewhere, and then on top, everybody looking around, asking around. So really what it is we're going to go back and do now will be part of that process, the missing persons process, is because we want to find out where she's at with the kiddos involved.
Yeah.
Too. So they definitely want to run that part of it.
Is this a pretty current picture?
No.
No?
I've got one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Facebook is full. So.
Okay.
So that's where we're starting, and then, like I said, what we can do is start calling around, by all means, go do it. Anything you can think of. It seems like no way to cover that. And if you don't go cover any of those bases, then call, and then we'll take care of that part of it. Okay? So, I mean, I've seen people do some really weird things, especially when it's with shattering news, and especially for women, it's real hard. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. It's just, it is what it is. Okay? They do some crazy things sometimes when they're going to change it dramatically in their lives. So, all right? But we'll see. We'll run it down. Thank you. Okay?
What? You're not to me. Open.
You want mom's stuff?
We're going to go get in the car so we can go home.
You really want to.
Uh-oh.
So Chris, it's your house. You can go inside with us if you'd like, or you could stay out here. It doesn't matter to us.
Doesn't matter. I mean, free reign. whatever you got to do.
Okay.
Like I can show on the decks on the side of the sun, but
Okay.
cool.
All right. Whatever you'd like. How long have you guys been married?
So we've been together 8 years, married 6 this year.
Okay. And this is very unusual behavior?
Yeah, we get that dog out of here.
Okay.
She's gonna flip.
Is on the counter right here.
Okay. So when you guys come home, do you usually use the front door, the garage door? How do you guys?
I usually open the garage door, come in.
Okay.
She uses front or garage. It kind of depends.
Okay. Is that a ring out there?
Oh, that was.
No, the doorbell, is that a ring doorbell?
Yeah, like when you got a visitor, it does. But I don't think the speaker is on to where you hear it. Like by.
Okay. I guess my question for you is, would it show her leaving with the kids? Did you have any alerts?
If she came out here, yes. Like if.
Did you have any alerts today with that?
Just when her friends were here.
Does it only record when the doorbell rings, or anytime
If
someone?
you're like right here, it should just start. The proximity should hit up.
Okay. And if you had anything on that today?
Just her friends.
And what time was that?
12:10 and about 2 minutes afternoon.
Okay. But nothing between the time when she got here.
No, like she got here at 2. Only thing
This morning?
Yeah, 2 o'clock this morning. So
Okay.
like 1:48 on here. And the only thing that was weird was that the garage door said it was left open after I left. And it might have been the sensor, but like my phone doesn't show when
For
if it
your
shuts.
alarm?
Yeah, it doesn't show if it shuts.
And who's
So,
your alarm through?
Vivint.
Okay.
But the Nikki, her friend that came here about 12:10, she said the garage door was shut when she got here.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was weird.
All right. Were you going to hang out there, or you want to come in here?
I'll throw her.
Okay. Where's the purse at?
On the counter.
I'm still recording, so.
Yep. This.
Whose phone is that?
I believe that is his. Bomb overtook hers. That's wrong thing.
Is that a diary, or what is that?
It's for work, I believe. I was thinking it was possibly a diary, but it's talking about like motivation stuff.
How did you say the kids were?
Forest.
This is very neat for having 2 little kids. Who's got asthma?
I don't know. Kids need medication too, and apparently she didn't take their medication either.
Celeste. This is all their medication.
That's
Yeah,
the kid.
Celeste, the kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's albuterol for a nebulizer. Thing for an inhaler.
Find an ID?
Yeah. We already out here. Nothing in the car.
In the basement and everything, too?
Dispatch Frederick 988. Can you log 528 Zebra John Victor? Hello? They are really organized people. But everything's like super organized.
only thing you're missing are the kids' blankets.
What's that?
The only thing that's gone is the kids' blankets, like the binkies. That's the only, they won't go anywhere without them.
They are gone?
Yep. Car seats are in the car. Keys are in the or on the center console of the car. For cash, all her ID, everything's still here. Phone's here.
Is this the only furnace?
Nope. This was locked. You open it up when it's looking here, so they keep it locked so the kids don't come in here and make a mess.
There's not even water in this toilet. Really nice house, huh?
Yeah. The bathroom is in the block.
So is she a stay-at-home mom?
No, she's a stay-at-home mom, but she works from home. And she does all the work through her phone. Her phone was on this couch, or no. On this couch. They're not here.
What? No. I think it's this one on the counter.
They are organized, aren't they?
Like super organized.
Did we go in the backyard at all, Kenny?
I did not, well, I walked around in this place trying to look in.
You didn't see nothing?
I didn't see anything out of place, but I was more focused on looking in, not at the yard.
What's the little guard dog?
Water in there.
Come on.
I jumped down in the window well, I looked through the window. At first they said she was diabetic, so I was thinking maybe she passed out. Yeah, he showed up. I called him and said, get her at home. So I'm trying to get the garage door opener. He said that didn't work. Did the one, the button thing doesn't work. Garage door's pretty much shut down. He came home and let me in.
What doesn't work? The garage door opener?
He said the password on the outside, that code one, doesn't work.
Can you close it from the outside?
I don't know.
Well, we need to figure that out. Because the front door was locked, right? The deadbolt too?
I think he hit his garage door opener.
No, I'm saying,
Front door was locked.
was the deadbolt locked?
The top deadbolt, you could open it like 3 inches and it locks.
Okay, so she had to get out
She had
through the
to go out
garage.
the garage because this door is closed and locked. It has a slider lock. So she had to leave through the garage.
Okay, come here, pups. Come on, pups.
Partially, you don't see him loading anything up. Anyway, he's back in the truck. But it never at 148. Pick it up, pulling in, doesn't backing up, so it's kind of shocking. Cut a left. So I'm just trying to get more video done.
So it's 5 and 3-year-old, both girls.
What?
5 and 3-year-old, both girls.
Yeah. Come on, let's go outside.
No, we went in the back, so she's in the house now.
Oh, okay.
So does your garage door pad work?
No, not on the outside. There's a radiator right here, and every time something right here got busted and it pulled out. So you'd have to just hold it down, but it won't do anything. It's 2385. It's the code, but I can never get to do anything.
Can you close the garage from out here?
I gotta have you gotta have the
Opener?
Yeah, with you.
And so does she have an opener?
Yeah.
Let's go see if there's an opener. Is it a physical opener or is it programmed into the car?
It's a physical one, like on the dash, on the visor. And then there's one as you walk out of the garage door to the on the side.
What was that?
What?
That receipt for?
On August 10th.
So 3 days ago. See if that one's unlatched.
I tried opening it.
Locked.
Was it in the car? Just came out the door then?
Yeah, press that thing and see how long it takes. So she doesn't have any family or anyone around here?
Neither of us do. They're all back in North Carolina. We moved here back in 2012. Came out here to visit some friends during Thanksgiving, fell in love with the place, moved out here a few months later.
Does she have any friends around here?
Just friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got friends in Frederick, Erie, Aurora, that part of Erie, Broomfield, Parker.
Have you tried to contact any of them?
Oh yeah, we've exhausted every option. The last thing I'm going to do is hospitals. Hotels. There's so many, but...
And no one's heard from her today? Have you checked your bank accounts?
That's another thing I was going to do, because I don't have access through here.
Let's go check those and see if she pulled any cash out or if there's any strange charges or anything.
Okay.
Can you log?
I can't log in because she does all the finances.
Okay.
So I know her password. I just don't have her used already. I'm not sure what she would have used that way. Sorry, my phone's just blowing up right now.
No, you're fine. Who do you guys bank through?
USAA and Chase.
Can you call them and see if there's been any activity? Any withdrawals or anything? And then the suitcases that she came home this morning with, which ones were those? Was it the
black one that's sitting right there.
Not the one in the bedroom?
Mm-mm. That was from the last trip, when we just got back a few days ago from North Carolina. She went to Arizona like 2 days later. That was one we just got put back down in the basement.
You guys don't have any stockpiles of cash or anything in the house that she would have had? If she needed cash, she needed to go to the bank to get it?
If there is, I would not know about it. If there was, I didn't know.
Do you know how much cash she usually carries with her?
It usually not, maybe like 100.
Your turn signal's on.
It's been on. Might have to turn in a hurry.
Dispatch, Frederick 988. Can you log Queen Frank Tom 682? Is this the truck you always drive?
You go in there and get the card?
Yeah, you can go in the house, yeah. I don't know, there's no computer in it, so I don't know how the GPS, if it's computer.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever you like. Yep. How long have you guys been married? So, we've been together 8 years, married 6 this year. Okay. And this is very unusual behavior. Can you get that dog out of here? Okay. He's gonna flip.
Purse is on the counter right here.
Okay. So when you guys come home, you usually use the front door, the garage door. How do you guys? I usually open the garage door coming in. Okay. She's garage kind of thing. Okay. Is that a ring out there? Oh, that was no. The doorbell, is that a ring? Yeah, like when you got a visitor, it does. But I don't think the speaker is on to where you hear it like by. Okay. I guess my question for you is, would it show her leaving with the kids? Did you have any alerts? If she came out here, yes. Did you have any alerts today with that? Just when her friends were here. Does it only record when the doorbell rings, or any time someone? If you're like, should start approximately. Yeah. Okay. And if you have anything on that today? Just her friends. And what time was that? 12:10, and about 2 minutes afternoon. Okay. But nothing between the time when she got here. Not like she got here at 2. Only thing this morning? Yeah, 2 o'clock this morning. Like 1:48 on here. And the only thing that was weird was that the garage door said it was left open after I left. And it might have been the sensor, but like my phone doesn't show when for your alarm? Yeah, it doesn't show if it shuts. And who's your alarm for? Okay. But the Nikki, her friend that came here about 12:10, she said the garage door shut when she got here. Okay. That was the only thing that was weird. Alright, were you going to hang out there, or you want to come in here? I'll sit right here. Okay. Where's the person at?
On the counter.
It's still recording and stuff.
Yep. I went through this.
Whose phone is that?
I believe that is his. Bomb overtook hers. That's for vomiting.
Is that a diary, or what is that?
It's for work, I believe. I was thinking it was possibly a diary, but it's talking about kind of like motivation stuff. think they're around 4-ish. They're pretty young. I don't know. Kids need medication too, and apparently she didn't take their medication either.
This is all the medication.
That's the kid.
That's the kid?
Mm-hmm.
That's albuterol, the nebulizer.
Yep. I did. Yeah. looked at the sheets and the comforters. I don't see anything. It's kind of odd. Nothing's on the bed though.
Oh, that wasn't on there?
No, this was on here.
It was on there?
No.
What was it on there?
It was like, we found it like this. I looked at these. There's no... He said when he left, she was in bed sleeping.
In bed sleeping?
Mm-hmm. The only thing that are missing are the kids' blankets.
What's that?
The only thing that's gone is the kids' blankets, like their binkies. That's the only, they won't go anywhere without them.
They are gone?
Yep. Car seats are in the car. Keys are in the or on the center console of the car. Her cash, all of her ID, everything's still here. Phone's here.
Binkies and blankies are gone.
Well, just the blanket, their safety blankets were, you know, their little safety net blankets are gone. They don't go anywhere without them. Kids' bedrooms. And this was locked. You open it up, let's look in here. He said they keep it locked so the kids don't come in here and make a mess.
Water in the floor.
Yeah. The bathroom between them was locked. He did unlock it and let us look in there.
Which door? This one?
Both of them.
Oh,
They lock them both so the kids don't get in there and get in the stuff. He said he left it unlocked before and they got in with like Vaseline and made a huge mess. Mm-hmm. Pillows, lock them in. That's a pretty good idea. She's a stay-at-home mom, but she works from home. And she does all the work through her phone. Her phone was on this couch, turned off.
On this couch?
On this couch, turned off. I did not. Well, I walked around initially trying to look in. I didn't see anything out of place, but I was more focused on looking in, not at the yard. Come on. Come on. I jumped out in the window wells, trying to look in the windows. Nothing. Because at first they said she's diabetic, so I was thinking maybe she's passed out. So I was trying to get in, but then...
Did he show up?
He finally, yeah, he showed up. Because they called him and said, get your ass home. So I'm trying to get, like, the garage door opener key. He said that didn't work. He said the button thing doesn't work. Garage door's pretty much shut down.
Then he came home and let you in?
He came home and let me in.
What doesn't work? The garage door?
He said the password on the outside, the code one, doesn't work.
Can you close it from the outside?
I don't know.
Well, when you figure it out.
It hasn't been closed since I've been here.
The front door was locked, right?
I think he hit his garage door opener
No, I'm
when
saying.
he got here. Front door was locked.
Was the deadbolt locked?
The top deadbolt, you could open it like 3 inches and it locks.
Okay. So
So
she had to get out.
she had to go out the garage because this door is closed and locked. It has a slider lock. So she had to leave through the garage.
Come here, pups.
There's a house right on Steeple Rock. I might have really good video if they're not home. Because it's aiming towards Lemon Hill and Steeple Rock. Right next door, he's got it, and it aims this way. It hits between, there's a tree and the garage. So at 527, Chris goes out, gets his truck, backs into the driveway.
And what time was that?
527 this morning. He said he had to load up a bunch of tools. The neighbor said he never does that. He normally just grabs his backpack or whatever and walks out to the car, throws it in and leaves. This morning he backs in, and it's on video at 527. But he backs like into the garage partially because you can't see like the tailgate area, so you can't see what he's loading. You don't see him loading anything up. If anybody's looking in the back of the truck, it's so full of stuff. There's no room to put anything.
And we watched the rest of the video to see if anything came after that?
Yeah, he watched it and he said there's nothing. He said it's really good. It'll pick up any kind of carb movement, but it never at 148 when your RP drops her off, it doesn't pick her up pulling in. It doesn't see the wife getting out. It just picks her up, backing up and landing. So it's kind of choppy. She could have left. So I'm just trying to get more video to. What?
5 and 3-year-old both girls.
Yeah. Come on, let's go outside. Well done. I didn't check the trunk of this. What? On August 10th for Chris. Yeah. Code 4.
See if that one's unlatched.
I've tried to open it from the outside.
Press that thing and see how long it is.
I see. You're fine. You said when you left this morning she was in bed?
Yes.
Were the blankets and stuff on the bed?
Yes, there were. She might have wanted to watch them just because she would just go back from the airport last night. She just climbed in bed just frustrated from the airport. It's usually what she does. They wanted me to make sure I got those TV.
What shoes does she normally wear? Is those flip-flops?
She has flip-flops there. She has flip-flops in her office. She has a whole shoe closet in there.
Okay. You have no idea where she would go.
All the friends that I know
You contacted
I've
them.
contacted. If there's other, that's the only ones that I know of. I mean, there could be people that I don't know.
Do you know how many credit cards she actually has?
Credit cards, no. Taxi cabs and limousines. Most recent one on the chase is a taxi cab and limousine company for $15.42.
When?
August 12th.
Did they say where?
No, it says a merchant known as Taxi Cab and Limousines.
Now, where does she normally go to the doctor?
So, with it's in Erie, right off the Erie Parkway, there's a doctor's office over there. Yeah, right off, like, right behind CVS over there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a doctor's office right there. Dayrute. That's her main doctor. But as far as the one for the baby, I'm not sure.
And it didn't say what taxi cab company it was or anything.
That was very vague. August 13th, $27 at Target. Next.
Which credit card is this?
USA.
And you guys have the same?
It's the same account.
And that's just when it's pulling out of your account, or the purchase was today?
It's pulling out of that same account.
So probably a couple days ago then.
go back out there though.
Oh, it's totally up to you. You want to stand here, you can stand here.
She has a passport? And if you look through here and see if all of her cards are here.
He doesn't know how many she has.
How many she has. She has different ones than me as far as credit cards go. I think we have the same debit cards, the same account for like. These are your debit cards? Yeah, those are the same account. So.
I got a picture of all of them.
And your kids have like a favorite pair of shoes that they normally wear? Favorite pair of shoes? Yeah.
Did it say what it was for? No, it just said Target. And there was a taxi cab limousine purchase that posted on the 12th. That was on Chase. It was like $15. It was very kind of vague taxi cab limousine service.
Does she have a passport?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure she keeps that one.
Kids have passports?
No. They're old enough?
How old are they?
4 and 3.
Yeah, they're old enough.
Oh, they? Okay. No, they haven't traveled anywhere other countries.
You got a passport for all of them.
Oh, okay.
So that taxi cab service, did you guys use anything like that? Because that might be Uber. That could be. That's crazy.
And if you look through here and see if all of her cards are here?
He doesn't know
I don't know how many she has. She has different ones than me as far as credit cards go. Like we have the same debit cards, the same account, but like.
These are your debit cards?
Yeah, those are the same account.
I got a picture of all of them.
Then, do your kids have like a favorite pair of shoes that they normally wear?
Favorite pair of shoes?
Yeah.
No, they have all their shoes are in the closet right here. They
Do you know which ones they normally wear? Like,
it's like a flavor of the month thing, honestly. Like whatever they want to wear, I say pick your shoes and just go through them. Bella's on this side, Cece's on that side.
sure.
Your kids take any medication? Cece takes Singulair and Omeprazole.
How often?
Singulair is every night for allergies, and Omeprazole for like the acid reflux.
Is one of them on inhalers?
They haven't done it since they got back. I think it might have ran out because the last one I saw had 0 on it, so we hadn't refilled that one yet.
From North Carolina?
Yep.
And when did you guys get back?
I think it was, I went back to work on the 8th, so we got back on the 7th.
Okay.
And then she left Arizona on Friday and got back last night.
And she had the kids with her last night?
Yes.
Or you had the kids?
Oh, I had the kids, like, all weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. They went to a birthday party yesterday over at a friend's house down the street.
And then, is someone sleeping in the basement?
I did a few times the separation thing. I just sprung.
How recently?
Probably about 2 nights ago, 3 nights. Well, when she was here, so probably last time was Thursday night, Friday.
Okay. And then your kids, do they sleep in their own beds or do they sleep with you guys?
Those 2 adjacent rooms, they connect to that bathroom.
You're lucky.
I'm so very lucky right now.
And sheets and stuff are up in the master bedroom.
I know. So like when she got back from the airport last night, usually like she just jumped in the bed. Like most of the time when she does that, she'll want to wash the sheets the next day to get the airport off them since she just came off the airport.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
But they were still on it when
she was in bed. Yeah.
So you were in that bed last night?
Yeah. I was up there because the monitor and stuff was up there. I was waiting for her to get back home.
And then she works from home? Is that right?
Yeah, direct sales.
Okay.
So she works from phone, anything, the computer.
And then is that the office she uses for work?
Oh, she can do anywhere in here. She can sit on the couch. And do it.
Oh, okay. She doesn't have like a designated area?
No.
All right.
She can go anywhere.
And you can't think of anywhere she'd want to go? She'd go for walks around here?
No, I go for runs. She doesn't really do anything as far as going for walks or anything.
And you've talked to all the friends you guys have around the area? And what was the conversation this morning you guys had?
It was about selling the house and the separation.
And how'd she take that?
We were both pretty emotional. We was both crying.
And then did you see her before you went to work? Did you say anything to her?
Oh, she went back, like, she told me she was going to go to her friend's house and be with the kids. Take the kids with her.
Oh, she told you she was taking the kids to
Yeah.
her friend's house?
Yeah.
She didn't say who, though?
Oh, no. No, but she was still in bed when that happened.
And this was after the conversation?
Yeah, it was between like 4 and 5 a.m. I woke up about 4 o'clock.
What time did she get home?
1:48.
So did you guys sleep for a little while and then...
Oh, yeah. Like, I was passed out when she got home.
And then did you wake her up?
Yeah, when I got up.
And that's when you discussed
Yeah,
the issue?
I didn't want to do it like over a text or over a phone call. I wanted to be face-to-face with her.
How long did that conversation last?
Probably like 30, 45 minutes.
And then you went to work?
Mm-hmm. I left about 5:15, 5:30, right in that time frame.
And then she said she was going to her friend's house with kids?
But she was still here when I left.
You went to a job site or you went to the main plant or where'd you go?
I went to location first.
Where was that?
By Hudson, over there, east of Hudson.
And there was someone there at the time when you got there?
No. One of the operators, he had an issue there on Friday, about to run over the weekend. I went over there just to kind of verify what kind of issue he was having, see if I could fix it. Then we went to a pumping unit across the ranch over there most of the day. That's when I got the phone calls and text messages and came home.
Were you guys on like Carrier 49? Where are you guys at?
Oh, like, you know where like Rockin' is?
Yep.
Yeah, out there.
Who's your entry on?
Serby.
Okay. I know where that's at.
So what kind of tools did you have to load up in the garage?
It was just mainly I got my water bottles, my water jug, my computer, book bags. I had my containers full of just my O-rings, all that stuff, just putting it all in there because I took it all out.
Do you load it up every day?
I'll just like on the Monday, like after I get all that stuff, because I had an issue where somebody stole all my tools out of my truck. My pipe wrenches are gone, my socket set's gone, my wrench set's gone. Like we had an issue. That's why I parked my truck in front of the neighbor's house for like a few days, just to see if I could see if anybody was breaking it, trying to break into my truck again. It was my fault. I left it unlocked. So as far as the toolboxes on the back,
So on the weekend you download your stuff?
Everything out.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Monday you load it back up?
Just put it all back in, just to kind of get everything out of my truck, clean it out a little bit from the whole week, because it gets filthy in there.
How long? You guys lived here since 2012 or a different house?
No, like, so 2012 we moved here, lived in a friend's basement in Broomfield.
Okay.
And we closed on this house. It was built 2013 in May, and that's when we moved in there.
Okay. Does she have any other friends in this neighborhood?
I mean, we haven't talked to many people around here, honestly.
It's mostly in Erie and Broomfield?
Erie, Broomfield, Frederick.
Where at in Frederick, do you know?
So we had, they just lived up here in Frederick Way. They actually just moved down to Thornton, Nick and Amanda Thayer.
Okay.
Nikki, she lives up, the one that was here, she lives in Frederick.
The one that dropped her off?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she lives like over there building that new stoplight, that bridge over there.
Right. Okay. And you have no idea of what friend? So all your friends pretty much have kids the same age?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to...
It's really hard. I mean, I've exhausted every option I know of as far as friends goes. Like, Nikki knew more of them because she's a woman. And that's about as far as we could go, as far as all the friends that we could think of.
All right. So if you talk to some of her friends, tell them that we're looking for her, and we just need to make sure that she's okay, and she can call us. She doesn't have to call you. That if that's what she's worried about.
You know, you're trying to get a hold of her and she don't want to talk to you, so have them refer her to us if they know where she's at.
Okay.
Saying.
Just so whatever's going on between you guys, that's between you guys, and she doesn't want to talk to you, that's fine. We just don't want to waste resources looking for her if she's actually okay. So, like, if you can relay to the friends, hey, I understand she doesn't want to talk to us, at least have her call the police so that they know she's okay.
Okay.
Type deal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That way that we know that she's okay, and whatever's going on between you guys can kind of figure that out.
Okay.
Type deal. Do you have any questions for us before we get out of here?
Mm-hmm. I mean, call area hospitals, call hotels.
Someone said she was diabetic?
She had her friend Cassie in Arizona. She's a nurse, and she knows she had low blood sugar when she was down there. That's why I brought that up.
Oh, okay.
She never had seizures or blacked out or anything.
It was just like, that was a long time ago before I even met her. She had a horrific car accident. They think she might have blacked out or had a seizure. They just couldn't really figure it out. Like, she just had a car accident. She just flew out of the car.
And you have his contact info?
I think the detective did.
Yeah, Dave got all of them.
Okay. And if you hear, did you get a card or anything?
From the detective, yeah.
Okay, so there's a dispatch number on there?
Okay.
If you hear anything from her, call that number and let us know, and it'll just go straight to our dispatch, and then an officer will call you right back.
Okay.
That way, our main concern is to make sure she's okay and the kids are okay. So if you hear a peep from her, just call us, and we'll call you, or leave us a contact number to reach her so we can talk to her.
Okay.
What's your date of birth?
5/16/85.
What's that?
5/16/85.
85?
Yes.
What's the phone number for you?
910-309-1702.
No.
Do you want my card or anything?
I'll take it.
Okay. And I'll just underline that number. Just call that number, someone will answer that phone 24/7.
Okay.
So,
Sweet.
and then just leave your contact info.